Okay, today I am attempting to upgrade my Shopsmith Mark V version 510 to 520 since it had been upgraded before with the new casters, which you see here on the ground, and here are the old casters, and this particular carrier that raises the Shopsmith. I'll bring it down closer so you can see. These bars here and the springs were treated some years ago with a product called POR, which is a kind of a lifelong coating. It sticks to metal really very well, and also treats rust and inhibits rust. So you can see what I've done. I've jacked it up on one end, and the headstock is way over here, but you don't have to live. Now this is the new upgrade I did on the Power Pro headstock, which took me about a day. I took my time and followed the instructions, and boy, you talk about a tight fit. But once it's in and it's on and it's calibrated, I mean, it is awesome, exceedingly quiet, and you certainly can't beat the 10,000 RPMs. Awesome. Now, they tell you in the instructions, provided you haven't upgraded to the Pro stock Power Pro, that you should turn this thing upside down, which is ridiculous when you think about what you're doing, and whether you have the Power Pro headstock on, which weighs exceedingly more than the previous headstock with the new motor. So, you know, it's not even feasible to do that, even with the lift assist, which you're going to need for this headstock if you're going to turn this thing vertical. Just a warning, I haven't done that, and probably, I don't know if I will or not. I don't use the vertical drill press and that sort of thing that often, but I might. But getting back to the question, so basically, you can get the cheaper version and do the paper templates, which are not as reliable. I had to spend another 20 bucks, and then when I'm through with the metal template and the instructions, etc., I'll just put it on eBay and sell it for 10 bucks, and the whole thing would have cost me half as much, and somebody else will get a break on the price. But anyways, so here's the metal template. Well, let me show you. When you take it off on the other side, right here, you have the two screw holes. You see one here and one here. When you put the template on, there's a peg in that template on the bottom of the metal template. It sticks in this hole, and then you may have to drill this hole out with the drill they send you, which is this size here, because it's a little tight fit. They tell you that. So when you drill it out real gently and stick the template in with the peg, and then the other bolt goes through this, and then what it does is it lines up a hole here and here for you. So I'll show you the finished product from the standpoint of the template in place. You take one of the bolts out, the peg fits in the hole here, and then you put one of the bolts that you take out when you disassemble your old casters, okay, when you take this carriage off, you put that back in, and this hole is slightly smaller and fits this, and then you put a nut on the back and tighten it. Now you've got two holes automatically lined up here and here, and that's what you're going to drill out. And it's so much easier to do it this way. You just elevate either end. Now when I'm done with this end, I'll turn around and elevate that end, and I'll push the Power Pro head down the tubes to this end, so you don't have to lift all that weight, and as well as the table. So I'll proceed and see how this goes. So now I have a screw, or bolt if you will, in the new hole. This is the old two here, okay, and this is the new, and this is the second hole. Okay, now here's the template. let me draw back here so you can see. You see this peg here? That inserts in this bottom hole here with these screws out, and then the third hole up is smaller than the other three. That's the one you bolt to this hole here, and then it automatically lines up. See how that works? This goes in that hole down there, and these two holes line up, and all you do is push your drill bit through there, add a little oil a couple of times as you're drilling, and put your drill on slow. I've got mine on low here because you're drilling. I think this is aluminum, so you don't want a high speed for that. Whatever it is, it works better on low, not so good on high. And then you have to take a little bit of a file and knock off the back burrs on this. And as you can see, the screws fit through fine. Bolts rather fit through fine. Then you have a lock nut on the back. So I got to do the other side, and then I'll be able to mount the caster carriage on these two new holes. So far so good. So as you can now see, the casters are on, and I can move it, and when I push down on it, it's bottomed out. It doesn't move. So, easy job. Takes about, I guess if you concentrated and you got it all put, all organized really good, once you took the first one, takes about a half an hour. The second one will take about 15 minutes. So, one of the things I did is you have to hold this crazy carriage up so you can put the bolts in on this end while that end's flopping free. So I put that far end with a caster in this box and used it as my prop to hold it up while I put this end in. Once I fastened it, I put the screws on loosely, then went over on the other side, did the same, and of course that's with this up on the stilt underneath these two bars that lifted it up off the ground. So this little trick with the box, keeping the casters on the far end up, that whole thing up, so I could fasten this one in first, worked out fine. It's just another gimmick, and that's the box the casters came in, so everybody orders them should have them. So it worked great. I mean, it really worked great. I'm really happy. So now I have to do the other side. It's getting kind of dark, so I think I'll do them tomorrow and call it a day for these two. It's probably, I'm guessing, about, I don't know, 8:30 maybe. So that's that. Okay, so there's the casters I just finished. Now the table saw and the Power Pro headstock is on the far end and over here, and this is the end I'm going to be working on tomorrow morning. And so it's elevated on the same gizmo, just a bunch of buckets, whatever you can get to prop it up. That's not nearly as heavy when you get that Power Pro headstock out of the way. Don't try and lift it with that on the end that you're going to work on. It is a bear. So now all I have to do is the same thing there that I did here. So I'll take pictures, movies when I'm done, and I'll put it on YouTube for you guys, okay? Talk at you later. Okay, so today is the 10th of September 2018, and it is the next morning, and I had said that I was going to complete this end of the casters. I went ahead and did it that afternoon, evening, so it's all done. And there you can see, and over here you can see shadows, not so good. And so now there's one, And there's two. And there's how easy it is to move. I mean, it really, it's nothing like it was before. I mean, it's so easy. So easy to move. So I just go ahead and push it back with basically not even a hand of effort. Get some of this stuff out of my way. So there we go. Back into position. And then I just push on the lever over here. That's it. All done. Nicely done. Nice, phenomenal upgrade. They should have had these casters on these things before they ever put these original machines out. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. And over here is my Toro zero turn radius mower, and up here where my foot is a headlight, and over there is another headlight, and they have 6 LEDs in each one. I want to tell you, those things are really bright, all wired to the battery back here under the seat. And then here's a little switch on the dash with the light glowing that turns them on. And there you go. And it lights up the whole garage at night when they're on. So they're on now just to show. Of course, we're in broad daylight, but that allows me to cut in the evening late. And of course, you know, later in the year the sooner it gets dark, and I don't have any pigment in my skin. I have something called vitiligo, which allows me to burn in the sun very easily. You get tired of drenching yourself with sun blocker, so I turned them off. So we've had about 4 days of rain from this last hurricane that came up from the south, and we've got another 3 or 4 in the Atlantic in addition. So you know, it might be an interesting beautiful day today. First day of good sunshine in days. Just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. God is good. So that job is done, and I'm happy it is. Now I'm going to take the pool down for the summer and store it, and then cut the grass and a few other oddball things, and then store all this stuff away. And there'll be one more item out of the way for fall. So thanks for watching. I hope it helps. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, just send them to G Wooster, that's GWOOSTER at Comcast.net, and I'll do my best to answer them. I also have more videos under G Wooster or Macrillis, MCCRILLISG, so whichever works. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.